I'm happy that you allowed us into your homes and into your family lives. On this show, we bring you issues, social issues that you need to know of and learn from. I'm happy that tonight you are with us, and it's going to be an amazing time tonight. My people, are you ready? Yeah, and so are my counselors, and we're going to have a great time. Finally, another woman has a confession. Let's listen to it. Well, there is a confession, and it's quite an up-to-date one. Apparently, there are dating apps right here in Ghana, and people are finding beloveds. She says her confession is about somebody who is not supposed to be on a dating app that is already on a dating app. Girl, give us the full story. What is your confession?
So, Miss Nancy, I've been married to this pastor for the past 5 years.
Hey, Pastor C.
And then we have a son who is 3.
Okay.
Recently, I've noticed that his character has changed a lot.
Okay.
So I asked him if I've wronged him so that I can actually...
When you say his character is changed, what exactly is changed about him?
He doesn't give me attention anymore, a lot of meetings and stuff. But before, it wasn't like that.
Okay. How was it like before?
We were cool, like when it was church home, but now meetings, when he leaves the house like 5 a.m., he'll be back like 10, 11.
Not just the ministry is growing, right?
Not that. Even though the ministry is growing, but this is too much.
Okay.
So I asked him if I've wronged him. He said no. So I just suspected that he's doing something. So one day he was asleep with his phone in his hands. I took the phone. How he woke up to take his phone, I was just surprised.
The phone. These days when they are dead and you take their phones, they will wake up, my sister. You don't know?
Nancy, I was surprised.
He jumped back to life.
So 3 weeks ago, he was asleep, and then I took his phone. This time around, he wasn't holding it, so he didn't see. So
awesome.
I took the phone, and before, his password was my birthday.
Okay.
If it's not my birthday, then it's our son's birthday. But that day, Miss Nancy, I entered the password, my birthday, it didn't open. My son's, same thing. His birthday, same thing.
Did you try his car number? They use the car number too.
Miss Nancy, I tried everything that I know. So after 30 minutes, I could go through the phone, I opened it, and then I saw something that was strange, a dating app.
Okay.
I know it only exists in movies, but I didn't know
It's all over the place in Ghana now. People are finding loved ones. People are finding even husbands and wife on these dating apps.
But what's a married man doing with a dating app on his phone?
That's a question for the gods.
So I just opened the app, and then I saw his profile. He changed his name.
It was his picture, but his name was changed.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just rushed to the office. I didn't want to do anything home, so I rushed to the office to use one of our laptops there. It's not mine though. So I downloaded the app and then created an account for myself. I also changed my name and my profile. I just went straight to his DM, and then I just texted him hi. He said hi. I asked him if he's married. He said no.
Your own husband? Hey, my sister.
I asked him, do you have a girlfriend? He said, oh, he has a he said he has a baby mama.
Okay.
That's his ex.
So
Referring
apparently
to me.
mentally, he has divorced you, and he never even married you, because if you're a baby mama.
Referring to me, your wife, a baby mama. So just imagine my reaction to chatting with him. I cried. Honestly, I cried. Somebody I've been married to for 5 years.
Wow.
And you are denying me on an app.
It's an app.
So I've been talking to him. From then, I texted him on WhatsApp. Like, I left messages for him. He didn't reply.
Like in your capacity as his wife?
Yes.
So whilst you were chatting with him on the app, introducing yourself,
Yes.
you were also chatting with your phone
Yes.
to see if he'll give you any attention.
But
The app was...
like he should just give me blue text. I would know that, oh, he viewed it, but no. So I've been chatting with him for a week now, and then he asked me for, on the app, not on WhatsApp, on the app, he asked me for my phone number, and I told him I wanted to know more about him first. Now he wants to meet me in person.
Wow.
Yes. He wants to meet me. And I don't know what to do. Like, I don't want to do something that will end me in cell. So, Miss Nancy, advise me. I don't know. I don't know.
That is her confession. Na oko hokra koye den. Ewo app ne so. She was curious, and they say curiosity killed the cat. And right now, her curiosity may mess up her marriage, because the gentleman she is happily married to, who is a man of God, says he is not married. He has a baby mama, and the woman is an ex, and she is supposedly happily married. This is her confession. I am overwhelmed. Let us go into the studio. My counselors are ready. My studio audience are ready. Let's see if we can help this young woman. Quite a confession. Thank you. Thank you. Hello, everybody. It's great to have you right here with me. I mean, it's been a while since I saw some of you, and for some, it's your first time, right? Good to have you. Offa.
Yes, Mama.
It's good to have you again. It's always wonderful when Councillor Dumata is with us in the studio, right by my side or at my other side, whichever ways I will have you, sir.
Because you want me to say something today.
Do I?
Your arms,
Hi.
they are too widened to be clothing. It means that don't reject people that get close to you.
I was about to reject this one.
Hey! And you are somebody for because and some mubai. Now when some subaya, so look at that. You're looking pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mama.
Offa, you're so wonderful and it's so good. Offa,
Yes, Mom.
your mobile phone.
Yes.
This is what has created what is about to create
Yeah.
a problem in a family.
Yes.
My mobile phone is mine.
Yes.
I bought it with my own money.
Yes.
The SIM card is mine. It's registered in my name. It is not yours.
Good.
What is your business with my mobile phone?
Great question. Great question, Miss Nancy. Those days, mobile phone were not there. We used to have letters. Every letter is addressed. Would you dare open my letter that is addressed to me?
It's impolite. It's uncourteous.
You use the word polite.
Unacceptable.
It's uncourteous. It's unacceptable. And that the idea na aba. Na me kutam phone. Osu ko fifi mu. Yeah, the fact that you are my wife, you are my husband, do not sort of allow you to do what you want to do.
But they said that two shall be one.
Something is missing, Miss Nancy. The moment you inculcate curiosity into marriage, you inculcate expectation into marriage. What's say how are you? Because curiosity always brings doubt, suspicion, presumption, assumption. And then in your own world, you pick it like, this is the best way for me. If I want to no telephone, no, again, there's something missing. You see, there's something in marriage we call honoring. When you honor what you have married, you can marry it well.
Yeah.
But now there is no honoring. Do you know if I honor you, anything that belongs to you and I want to go for it, I will sort of seek permission. Seeking permission is honoring. It's not respect. People should get this right. You honor me because it's not mine, but I want to have it. Sweetie, can I have a touch of this? When you say yes, I go for it. If you say no,
I let it be.
I was saying it somewhere that, look, now, it looks as if we have exposed our marriage to the outside world more than the people we are marrying to. Because now mobile phones. I read an article days ago. The devil in your palm.
About the mobile phone.
About the mobile phone.
The devil in your palm.
It can cause the disaster of your life.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yes. Yes, you have something to say?
Miss Nancy, as always, you're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
Let's go beyond the privacy bit. Finally, you have decided to go through his phone. You have seen it. You have seen the app that he's on. Now, you've just been told by yourself, you're convinced yourself your husband is cheating. Yes, he has affirmed in the messages on the app.
Intentions to cheat.
Intentions to cheat.
Cheat, sorry.
That you know of. But here's the thing. It can be turned into something beautiful. Here's what I mean. You're about to do a role play. Continue on and meet him. Let him get into the hotel room and come and meet you.
His wife.
You listen. There are masquerade masks you can wear right now. Only showing, your mouth and your lips with some lovely lingerie. Let your husband take you. Listen, the thing is getting excited. Anybody that hears
Is it a movie?
It's not a movie, but he can turn it to your advantage.
It can happen right there.
Then you tell him, this is me. At that time, I've caught you. You know, a loyal husband, after catching him, he's going to be loyal because, wow, you surprised me. I'm surprised you did this for me.
How people think these days.
This is normal.
This is amazing. Thank you.
Be amazing.
We truly appreciate your kind of thinking. You are awesome. You are different. Let us show love for the gentleman. I mean, yeah, this could happen in a movie elsewhere in the world. Ghana, he caught his wife in the hotel with himself.
Yes.
He has still caught you. I don't know if you get it. Now, let me.
Quick one. Miss Nancy, whoever can do that must have a tough mental mind.
Yeah.
And know that
Mental
strategically,
strength.
I am looking at the ill to be positive. And you keep it to yourself.
Sure.
If you can do these three things, I think it's a good strategy.
Well, let me just, have a survey right here. How many of you would not be tempted to go onto your partner's phone when it's opened, you have access, and your partner is not available? Who would say, I will look at the phone and not touch it, not want to look at it? You will not touch it? You will not be tempted? You would also not be tempted?
No, I won't.
Why?
Miss Nancy, my name is James Clark. You can always call me
Alafia.
You see, why do you want to touch your husband or your partner's phone? On what grounds? Oh, she said,
Or sometimes we know that he's all that, but you just want to confirm.
Confirm
Sometimes
what?
your intuitions have already told you the man you're married to or the woman you're married to. You just want to be sure that you are not just exaggerating or being imaginative.
Miss Nancy, and you see, for some men that are smart or some ladies that are smart, you don't need their phones.
Because you will never catch them there.
Why do I have to put my secrecy on my phone if I really know I'm cheating or I'm the bad guy or the bad lady? No, we don't do that. Because those that are doing those kind of things, see, they don't even put a password on their phone. And for most men and women, that thinks they are putting password. You see, there are days that you sleep deep. If it's your fingernails or your any thumb, they are going to use it. The ladies who use the hand, like it's playing romance, by the time you see...
Now, that's a good one.
Apart from that, your eyes, you might sleep deep. You think you are using your eye.
You open your eye and use it.
And then they are there. You see? And like she was saying, birthdays and everything, and then I heard of a car number. Please, leave the phone open. If you want to do your thing, do it in the nice way. And protect yourself. I know it is there.
Okay.
We can avoid it.
Thank you. So, guys, let me give you this information. Apparently, when the phone is always opened and he has nothing to hide or she has nothing to hide, check again. There is a young phone somewhere. that he uses to communicate. Did I do you good? Yeah, appreciate me. I just gave you guys some way, right? Now it's time for me.
Is this one a strategic move or?
I'm educated. Television shows are supposed to inform, educate, entertain.
But this is a serious enlightenment.
You didn't know that
I
one,
didn't know that.
Show some love for Miss Nancy. At this point, I need my lady counselor to come in. Lady Pastor Sheila Asari. She's joining us today for the woman that went onto her husband's phone to find God knows what. People, let's show her some love. My lady. Thank you, my lady. It's great to have you again.
And the pleasure is all mine. I'm glad to be here.
It's always wonderful. I love the pink effect all through.
Thank you.
I met you halfway small.
You know.
Okay, my lady. The woman said, my husband used to be church, home, church, home. For the 3 years I've known him, suddenly he leaves home at 5 a.m., comes back after 10 p.m., has no reason, not telling me where he went to. Meetings he says he had done were with ghosts, people that I do not know of. And so I got curious. Is it not normal for a woman to be curious under these circumstances?
It is normal. Miss Nancy, it is normal. But first of all, I want to clarify something with viewers, that listening to the story or the problem, the person said he's a man of God. Am I right? Okay. First of all, there's a man before the God, like of God comes.
Okay, so she actually told me that he's a man of God, but he's also a corporate person.
Good.
So people in ministry doing pastoral and also link up.
It's high time society gets to know that men of God are not supernatural beings. They are normal human beings,
So
like
how
any
is
other
it that we are
person.
always getting confessions about men of God? What is it? You may even think that we are out there to get past this, but I'm a lover of preacher men.
Yes.
I'm a lover of prophets, and I'm a lover of priests of God.
So, Ms. Nancy, so what I want to clarify is there's a man before the of God comes in. And as a woman, if you realize or notice that there's something wrong with your marriage, you realize that something is off with your husband, don't immediately assume he's cheating. I think it's a very wrong assumption, but that is what most of us women do. A man can go off when he's broke, when he can't put food on the table. Usually men go really off. Even sexually, he can't even perform. A man can go off when there's a problem at work. And you know, men, it takes a lot for a man to open up when he's facing like very difficult challenge to women, because they have ego. So he doesn't really want you to know. So why then, immediately you took his phone, then what is here? You want to find something, you want to see something. Then boom, you see a dating site. You log into the dating site. The trust is already broken. That is so wrong. And when you logged in, you saw your husband's picture, but not his name. Then you also registered.
With
then
a different face,
with a
different name.
The same
and started
scenario.
charting him.
Started chat. What do you aim to achieve?
Like, the same channel. Oh, say, Otia, you're different from my channel.
What Shina? Now, what Shina? Now, when you're doing
and money no.
What Shina? Right now, you are the one like struggling. You are the one in pain. Any when your time. I'm not saying that what the man is doing is right, but what I'm saying is, women, let's kill that thought of maybe he's gone off, so maybe he's seeing other person. Maybe he's also doing extra things to put food on the table. Why don't you also think the positive? Why always dwell on the negative? Seeing a dating site on a man's phone it could be anything. Maybe I'll call baby no be able out of curiosity. Or no so ye be a share.
Or quack message, or sorry, Osofo.
Just say it could be anything.
He wants to be updated.
So
with
you
friends.
don't have enough evidence say, oh yeah, the bunny, or he's up to something, because you're chatting him. The chatting, no, I want to find out, is it like sensual. No. If it's a normal, how are you doing? Are you married? Yes, I read, he said he has a baby mama. You are a baby mama. Oh, now pen work on baby mama. So what and now you're a mama. So you're a baby mama. What else do you want? Women.
You know, there are days where I go on to, at a point I had about 5 different accounts on Facebook. Only one of them was owned by me. But it was my name and my picture.
Correct.
So imagine somebody's been chatting my partner.
Correct.
With that.
Correct.
It could be anything.
And in this day and age, this thing is going on so well. People use people's pictures to do other things. So what if you realize that he's not even the one after all? Maybe you are actually, it's a setup with his phone.
But the app was on his phone and the access was from his phone.
It doesn't, I think that women, we put too much pressure on ourselves. When marriage is not beings. Marriage is not for young girls or children. Marriage is work. I always say marriage is work. There's a positive and it was not always rosy. So what if he's cheating? What would you do? Would you run out of the marriage? And now instead of dwelling on the positive side, because he's a man of God, because he's a man of God, really do not expect so much from men of God because they are human beings. They have blood in them. They have, no. It doesn't work that way. Treat him as a normal human being. The God factor is there, but oyenipa.
Okay, so thank you, Sheila. Can I say that my husband, my wife is invading my privacy by going onto my phone? Ethically, I mean, it is not right for somebody to just pick somebody's phone, husband or wife, but the two are one. At what point can you say that he or she is invading my privacy?
It is when I've given you the authority to use my phone. Ms. Nancy, anytime there's a call and I'm not available, you can pick it and speak to the person.
That is, the partner has to say that.
Yes.
So if I'm hearing that your mother is calling,
yes,
my sister is calling,
yes,
a familiar person is calling,
yes,
and you haven't said I should pick the call, I shouldn't pick the call.
Because I've already given you the authentication that
yes,
anytime you see my phone ringing, pick it up and receive. So if I'm not available.
Even if it's my mother and you are not available, I shouldn't pick that call.
You are picking on the basis that you have called in and there is a recipient. But the recipient you want to speak to is rather the wife. Then I will communicate to you and say, okay, could you hold on for a second as I get the phone to my husband? So the person on the other side will just cool. This is telephone etiquette.
Yeah, it is.
You are just a recipient of it. You are not the one who the person wants to speak to. So when you go, what do? You greet.
The moment you pick the call.
Good afternoon. This is Miss Nancy, Uncle Kwaku's wife.
Phone.
But you are speaking to me, Miss Nancy.
Yeah.
Uncle Kwaku is not there. Please hold on and let me go. Or is there anything you want to leave? Etiquette. This telephone etiquette. What can I say? Obi oye secretary and anyway. Oh, you're here. Telephone etiquette.
On Confessions Tonight, you learnt your telephone etiquette as wives and as husbands. Give it up for. Thank you for being the coach. Yes, gentlemen, I will come to you, please. Alafia, the microphone. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, Miss Nancy.
Hi.
I'm Setum, and you can call me Uncle Scar.
Hi.
Great. So, the woman said that she noticed a change in behavior, and behavior builds up over time.
Yeah.
It is, in my opinion, valid for her to have come to that observation. It's science, method of observing, experimenting, analyzing. She has observed, she has analyzed, and she has drawn conclusion to the fact that XYZ is no longer the man I got married to. He's no longer the man I have gotten here with.
Yeah.
So I call this investigation due to suspicion.
Yeah.
Why? There would not be...
And is that allowed?
No, we are going to discuss that. But here's the thing. There would not be investigation if there is that level of openness. There is no suspicion. I recall she saying that she took the phone and that reaction
He almost rose
to
back from
snatch
the
the
dead.
phone from the woman indicates that. Now, you see, barring all other logic that has been dished out, let's also acknowledge the fact that the man's edginess, the man's actions, reactions are building a pattern, an observable pattern over over the weeks or the months, that this person is engaging in an extra affair or is not being this person.
Hiding
Number
something
one.
from me.
Number two, I want to do a quick one.
Yeah.
My lady, do you work, please?
Yeah, she said she works.
And how often are you engaged? Do you do a 9 to 5 or it's just your personal thing?
Yes, it's just my personal thing.
Which implies you may be free on some days, right?
Yeah, she has a lot
Which
of
also
time.
implies that while he's on the field, you're not there with him.
Yeah.
Do you know by data collection, mental data collection, the number of women and things and, enticing people he has seen? People of a higher intellectual capacity and a higher emotional capacity. People he has met who have supposedly fit his description of what a true woman is. We all have specs. We don't end up marrying that spec, which goes to say what people say that does your taste see you as their taste?
Taste, yeah.
Right, so let's not deny the fact that these things do happen. So let me say this. While she slept, other people grew tares on her field because the man is out there seeing things, hearing things, his levels of association and all that has led him. I think you said it that the man might have heard, I think counselor rather said it that the man might have heard of a dating app. Now, what brought us here? Why is the man suddenly on a dating app? Is he fed up of you? Is there something that is causing him to get this far? Let's handle this.
Let us talk about what causes people to be bored in relationships. Because sometimes it is just a sudden excitement that leaves the relationship and they go out seeking for it. Not because you are irrelevant, not because he doesn't love you anymore, but something is missing. You are a man.
Yes, and I'll share my experience because I've been married before.
Awesome.
Truth be told, boredom is in stages as to depend. The counselor said you might be broke, problems at work, situations at church, which of course, church people are more depressed than most. They don't say it. Yeah. Workers at church are more depressed than most. You have higher expectations of you from the pastor, from every other colleague. They expect that you are this holier than thou person.
Yeah.
So they have more depressing issues. When you are broke, they can't ask because they have to rely on God, right? So there's more problems. So if I'm married, I might not actually be attuned to do much, especially my libido-wise. So if I don't get a wife, that's why when I made my submission, I said you can turn into something positive. Exciting, role-playing, exotic, kinky. It will spice up the relationship. So sometimes I might not feel the testosterone to do anything, and you two, you're not helping. You're not looking sexy. You're in the same cloth every day in the house. I won't be attracted. So therefore, if like counselors say, assuming that's the situation, and somebody mentions an app, I might be curious, I want to know more. If somebody engages me, I might want to proceed forward. But boredom are in stages. It's not one thing. It can even not be about a woman at all. You're just fed up and tired. You hate going home. Charlie, have bills to pay. Rent is due. Like your mind.
How? Awesome. I like that. But Sheila, I mean, you have been married for a long time and you are also in ministry. What are some of the things that you practically do? I've seen you always come in on confessions in these maxi dresses. People, you should see her in her shorts, her legs, $1 million, and she will serve you. Yeah, when she's in her comfort at home. What are some of the things that a woman could do to excite her own partner?
First of all, before you get into marriage, there's a relationship, you court, you date and all that. And there's a difference between getting married and being in a normal relationship. So I always say that whatever you see in the relationship, it multiplies by 100 when you marry. So if the sex was good when you were in a relationship, make it better when you get married. Because the moment you get married, women, we feel relaxed. We feel that we have the rings, so you're relaxed. You don't take good care of yourself. I can wear something long when my husband is around, but there's something I'll add that will get his attention on me.
Like what?
Like a little makeup,
Yeah.
like a little cleavage. It's something must show for my husband.
At every point in time, you are serving him something.
Yes, and I have to serve him something. The marriage must be, very exciting, because if you're married to a man who is very busy, like my husband, he's coming home, he's coming to offload the problems from work to you. So then you should be ready, physically, emotionally, everything, you should be ready. And no matter how people say, I've said it here before, sex, it does something in marriage. When it becomes boring, your man he will be bored.
Yeah.
Definitely be bored. And when he's very busy at work and he comes and he's not even in the mood, or he's down and he's not even in the mood, women, we are always in charge. There is something you have to know about your husband, that when you do it, you get him there. And you do it. Even the missionaries, they are tired though. Even the missionaries. They are tired of our
The missionaries are tired of the missionary style. Oh my goodness.
So do something, to spice it up. Sometimes cooking. Now our generation, they're saying that, it's nothing. I can buy food for him to eat. You are lying. You must be very skillful in the kitchen as well. I don't do a 9-to-5 work, but I help my husband at home. I help my husband at work. Sometimes when he gets home, be the woman that is very accommodating, so he can, your friend, so he can tell you things. Then you must be very intellectual. Find a way and, support him. When you do that, you always get your husband's attention. Because if your husband likes football, I don't like football. I don't like football. But my husband loves football. There was a time I told him that, hey, this is TV. There was a time I told him one day, baby, football, about. Because he loves football. But I realized that I have to tag on. Yeah. So his team, I started watching with him. I can probably watch like 20 minutes. You just pop in and go back, and then you will get his attention. If you leave him, he will leave you. Another woman will take his attention. And then you start digging. No.
Dare not leave your man, because if you leave him, he will leave you, and another woman will take his attention. Those are Confessions on TV3. We'll be right back. You are welcome back. This is Confessions on TV3 with me, Lady Pastor Sheila Asari, and of course, Counselor Edumata. And all you wonderful people, you're making the conversation so exciting. So, Counselor, there was something you wanted to add to what Sheila.
Yes. Ms. Nancy, what Lady Reverend was giving us are the practical intakes. Yanchre. Obiye ni wo onima warrior. But who come you see warrior.
Yeah.
So, enyame na meka chose dia da hu say. What the book, what the suku, what this your kind of qualification you have into marriage, you get it wrong.
Yeah.
So whatever Lady Reverend has given us are the practical things we're supposed to be looking at. So if you really know exactly what you want and what you want to make your marriage to be, you can get it. But there's something I call the devil. And it starts from, before you move into someone's phone, it starts with doubt. The big D, devil, D, doubt. When you doubt me, you know the ripple effect.
Yeah.
If you're not able to manage the state of doubt, you get to a state of desperation. Because when you are desperate, you see, she said she went in for the first time, the man took the phone and went back again. Why desperate? If you are not able to manage that state of desperation, you know what happened to you? Death. So D. Doubt, desperation, death.
And that could happen to your person. That could happen to your relationship, whether it's a marriage or a friendship. The moment there is doubt, the moment there is desperation to find something, eventually, whatever it is you felt for each other would die. That's a good one. Thank you very much, sir. Now, let us come back into the life of this young woman. Generally, you hear men say, like Lady Pastor said, they are sapiosexuals. It has become a word that is so in vogue. And they love intelligent women. They love smart women. And then you start having smart conversations, intelligent conversations, wisdom conversations with these men. They feel intimidated. Oh, yeah, minim dodo. Oh, now running my business, mommy. Every decision I make now will punchy holes. I'm great at that. Like when you give me the idea, let me to grow. Yeah, just so we can weigh it and see how strong it is or not. But some men don't take it lightly. That the things that he overlooked, you saw them. And then it doesn't work anymore. Talking about being more than just a lover to your husband, but also being an intellectually active person in his life.
Let me give you a quick one before we go to others. You see, what women you don't know about men is that when a man tells you, I like this, you need to manage that statement. You don't always want to show yourself, more. No! You need to go rhythmic. This is a secret of every man.
Oh.
If you call yourself a woman, listen, when he
says he loves it, yes, you manage it.
Yes, you manage it. Ask, when do I do it? Where do I do it? Okay,
how
do I do it? All these things you should play. And the more you do, it turns him on. But the audio fire and then you say, you know, you are killing the ego of a man. Mommy anti memasio. Sabe. And biana sabi want yasmase. And the same way goes with a woman. When a woman approaches you and says that, okay, cool, how do you like this? And you look down on that aspect, you kill the female aspect of the woman.
Yeah.
It will be a confirmation. A woman needs confirmation, authentication, acceptance. Then we can go in on that.
Okay.
And so all these things there's a missing link. Don't say that the men are just like, they are refusing to see good things. What can be a yanka to me?
Whilst we are still on the conversation, many people out there are finding beloveds, husbands, wives, and lovers on dating apps. Oh, yeah. Now, what do you think, my lady?
Well,
should all single women and men get on these apps to find lovers? In our part of the world.
If we will have to grade it over 100, maybe usually about 20% will work.
These days, I hear all the stories of he DM'd me, he slid into my DM. Before you know, wedding photos are out.
Miss Nancy, the world is evolving.
Yeah.
Okay, so things are happening. But ask yourself, it's like meeting a man in a club. It's 50-50. It's more, it's even 70-30. So if you meet the person on a dating site, from the word go, the trust is not even there because of how you met. So you need to work harder on how to maintain the relationship. And then I'm going back to what you asked, that when a man says he wants an intelligent woman and blah, blah, blah. That's why women or men in marriage, you need to create a balance. Every man has an ego, whether women will like it or not. That's why the Bible says we should submit. And when you submit, the man will love you automatically. That is the rule for marriage.
So when you have a brain, don't use it.
No, you use it. That's what I'm saying, that you create a balance. Because imagine, say, you are out there, and maybe your husband can't, just an example, he can't use cutlery. Yes. I know that a couple like that, he can't. I realized that she knows her husband's problem. So she did it in a way that if you are not smart, you won't even know.
Notice.
And a man will love a woman like that. Yeah. But there are some women that when immediately she knows that, oh, this is his weak point, then away. In the public, yes, in the public eye. And then you've killed the ego in your man. So he would rather look for someone, maybe all these things when you're in a relationship, he didn't show up. But then he will look for someone who will pamper. The word is pamper.
He doesn't need any cutlery in his life.
So we will have to create a balance. Even if you are intelligent or maybe you are earning, there are women earning more than their husbands. I have people like that in my circles. But they create a balance. Sometimes they protect even the marriage.
Awesome. Yes, Clark?
Mine is more of a two-edged sword. I'll say this. I'll just warn the ladies, right? There are stories of people getting murdered and used for rituals through DMs.
Okay.
Yeah. So please, If you start,
as much as you are opening up to social media.
I like the era of counselor and most of us who are older. Whenever we wanted to get married, our parents do some search. Or we bring people, they want to know the family, where they are from. We should inculcate it into our relationships. It helps us.
It doesn't matter where you meet the person, but do the due diligence.
But also be mindful, men and women can get access to actors' family. Do your research well. Because they can call some leader or some man in some remote place and bring us a family. Be careful of that. 2, whenever you're going on a date, make sure somebody knows where you're going. Send a picture of a car.
Especially a first time.
Yes. Send a picture, location, man's name, man's number. It's very important. Then 3, please. I have the chance of working at the pharmacy. It's not all about push pills. Sometimes you need to check your status whether you're HIV or AIDS, have AIDS. It's very important. Now, after you have done all that and you're dating this man, the only thing I will say is, even if you are intelligent, like everybody says, I'm coming from my end as a young man.
Man or woman, because we heard of a young lady that killed her lover in her own room, right here in Accra.
Yes. So be careful. When you see signs, and you're not, you say notification, right? Once your system tells you something is off, leave fast. Let somebody know where you're going so that it can always be good. Now to the sapiosexual. I am sapiosexual. But timing is everything for me. As in, counselor will tell you, there are times you need to say something. Other times you need to calm down. I'll use a preamble quote. A man is leaving the wife is angry at him. As in, is he more finer than me? Is he more beautiful? The man says, no. He's softer. She's softer, she's quieter. She doesn't yell at me. And she doesn't make me feel that I'm the one that is making you unhappy. And that's my...
Thank you. Today you are in your marriage counseling elements, man. I'm loving you. I'm loving you. Yes. So let us go out onto the streets. We always know that there is somebody out there with an opinion that would add to the content that we're giving you right here from the studio. So out we go.
I don't buy that idea for us going through our partner's phone, because these are things that really cause our relationship. You might end up breaking up with your guy or your girlfriend when you go through his phone, his or her phone.
I think that it is not advisable for your partner to go through your phone. Reason being that you are invading their privacy. You might see things that to you would take it as a problem, but to them it's not actually a big deal. You get it? So going through your partner's phone is not advisable. It is not advisable for your health. It is not advisable for your mental state. Just stay away from it.
Me, I see nothing wrong with that. Even the Bible said that 2 shall be 1. And then since she's my partner, she has every right to go through my cell phone. And if I'm not hiding anything from her, why not? She can go through my cell. But then the problem comes in when I'm hiding something from my partner.
That was from the streets, and we're always grateful to have your voices. Back in the studios, people, let us talk about the body language of people when they receive phone calls and text messages. Like if you have a partner you live with, there are days that you could see this person reading a text message and you know that smile that comes from deep within his soul that reaches his eyes, and his eyes will be sparkling. He just reads a text message and you see that smile. And it's like you've been slapped in the face. Who is causing him to feel this way? What did this person say? It gets to you when you see your partner smiling. It's almost Valentine, people. The men are going to receive text messages and voice notes and other things. How do we deal with those?
Miss Nancy, there's this thing we all need to understand, all right? That before you became my wife, before you became my husband, there were people I knew. When you became that, I still continue to know people.
Yeah.
So this is my strategy. When you see me giggling, trying to show off with a text message, create a humor around it. You see, it's a defensive act. You don't want to inculcate yourself into that act and start thinking that the one was sending message. It is easy for you to confirm yourself.
So you use humor
to
get information from him.
Hey, why? Also, best say Edwachi. Hey, also, so who the will be a then it goes. But this happens where you guys are fond of communicating.
Yeah.
You see a friend in each other. Not when everything you doubt, everything you're fighting. It will work.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, Alafia?
Yeah, Miss Nancy, there's something that the lady did that is not right.
Okay.
She lacked self-confidence. She doesn't believe in herself. Likewise, she doesn't believe and trust the husband. This is what I know about relationship. When you get into relationship, you need to guide each other. You need to know the likes of each other and then the don'ts of each other. Now, when you get to know all this, before you were courting, the kind of text messages he receives, the way he smiles with you when you are in a restaurant, when he comes to your house or your home, when you receive him, when your sisters receive him, the way he smiles, do you look at those things critically? You don't. It is either for the girl or the man. Now, when you are married and you are in the same house, you have become one. You cannot touch my phone, I cannot touch your phone. In my home, for 15 years, 20 years, nobody touches each other's phone.
Sir?
Luckily for us, when we were starting, there were no mobile phones. And I'll go out there and I'll come maybe the next morning. The thing is, I feel sorry. I will not do it maybe for the next 6 months or something. And we are men.
But on the 7th month, you do it again.
Yes, we are men.
I love that.
Like the counselor said, a man will decide to buy a land or a car, and they will dupe him. They will rip off him the money, and he will not be able to tell you. But those men that are courageous and comes to tell you, you go like, "See what name me and Susu." You didn't discuss with me. That is why they duped you. But there are women who are matured, sensible, well-trained, and they will tell you, next time, no, this time around, I will save and support you. But when women keep on saying, I'll find out, you didn't do well, why are you smiling? Why are you taking the phone to your bathroom? Me,
Why are you taking the phone to your bathroom?
I am not a sports person. I am an entertainment person. And I don't want to lose most of the entertainment shows.
Yeah.
So when I'm listening to a radio program with my phone and I want to go to the bathroom, I will definitely move the phone. Don't think I'm going to scroll anything there. Please, ladies, stop thinking negatively.
Thank you.
It's not good.
Thank you.
We love you, okay?
Now, we need to go back to the young lady with her confession. She says that she booked an appointment with her husband and they are supposed to meet. She says she wanted to know more about the man, and the man says, that's fine, I want to know you too. Let's meet up. Sure. All right, Sheila.
One thing I want women and ladies out there to know is in creation, what is in the Bible is God created man with clay, sand, whatever. And then when he was creating a woman, the man, you fell asleep. And then he used the rib of a man to create you. Let's compare it to our modern phones, technology, everything. If there's an iPhone 10 and they're creating another iPhone, they upgrade it. So that one becomes sharper, brighter. Everything is better. So women, I know I'm going to sound very controversial with the men, but listen, know in your mind that you are smarter, you are wiser, you are stronger, you are more accommodating when it comes to these things. So when your man's phone is lying down, use your head. Be smart about it. Stop concluding on unnecessary things, especially when it comes to marriage. Use your head because you are stronger. You are smart. You are more, even more beautiful, because that is how God created us in creation.
So in this case, this young lady, what should she do? Should she
Madam,
go
right
for
now,
the date?
Right now, I would not advise that you go for the date. You know why? Because trust is already broken. Right now, the man will turn things around that. Why did you go on my phone? Secondly, why?
What are you doing
What
on a
are you
dating
doing
app?
on a dating app? So it will become a whole lot. So be wise. Be wise. Do not kill it and make the home work. Bring peace in your home.
Awesome.
Let the home be sweet. And continue with your marriage. That's all.
I beg to differ. However, if I'll heed to counsel, I'll say this. Kill it, but turn it round in the home.
That's exactly what I said.
Turn it round in the home.
Yeah.
So get the kinky bits. Me, I come in, I'll show up. Because it will happen is that he will owe me, like I said, because of wanting I'm here with. Macho. Now, so let's work this thing out.
Sweetheart, not every man.
No.
I'm
Any
telling
day,
you,
it's a relative.
not
Any day, it's
every
yes.
man.
I said
I get
this
it.
relative.
Yes.
Awesome.
It's Nancy.
Awesome. Yes.
Immediately, the lady touches my phone, goes and gets deeper, and even gets to where the dating app is.
Yes.
And you have the impetus, the courage to create a different name.
Profile and meet you up.
That means you are also likely to do what I'm doing. And then you are able to lure me to, yes, because she's
So
trying
if
to
you lure
lobby the
your own
man.
husband, you can lure any other man.
Yes. So immediately you do that, whether it is in the restaurant, at the normal bar, a hotel, wherever, make Akwesi, the marriage is off.
Thank you.
That is you. That is you.
Yes. Counselor?
Miss Nancy, there's no need. If you look at the ripple effect, for you to meet the husband, you'll be implicated. She will be implicated.
Yes. Yeah.
So the best is that cut off. Now, what made you curious? You've seen it.
Yes.
Now, come back to the drawing table. And then in your conversation, create scenario talk. Hey, Masambia, Madame Bia catcher me. And we couldn't go easy.
Make sure our confessions so-
I in a course, now you want car by a day.
Period.
That is the mature level.
Period.
You don't go watch it there, but who says out here. But again, also call her, know who you are. It turns your man on. Start put it in place, as he said. That's all.
You went out there looking for stuff. You found some stuff. Use them as tools to fix your home. This is the information we're giving to this young lady with this confession. She created a different name, profile, met her own husband, and is trying to lure him to a hotel. Now we say, abort mission, my dear. Otherwise, trouble go trouble you. This has been Confessions on TV3. My name is Miss Nancy Counselor Dumata, has been with us, and then Lady Pastor Sheila Asari. It's been a wonderful edition.